Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from SlimmandStylish.stampingup.net. Today I'm playing with the carryover stamp sets. So last week I featured my retiring favourites and let you see those. And those are the stamp sets that are retiring out of the annual catalogue. But there are plenty of stamp sets that we currently have that are staying. In the Moment is one of them. It's one of my favourite stamp sets. I love the images and also the wording in this one. So for today's card, I'm going to be playing with this lady here. She's looking out over the sea. She's got her sun hat on, she's got her glass going, and she's looking at the birds. And I'm playing with this one because at the moment we're April, and over in the UK, it's pretty bleak. We get a little bit of sun, but it fools us, and then it starts raining and it goes back to being miserable. And I want the summer to be here. So she's channeling my vibes at the moment. I would love to be here. So I'm actually doing something different with this card today. This is going against the grain. This is unusual for me. But I have stamped and I'm starting to blend on thick basic white rather than normal basic white. Now, I don't often do this because I don't normally like doing it, but today I just wanted this effect. So normally when I'm stamping, I stamp on the basic white and I blend on the basic white. It's slightly smoother cardstock, it's slightly thinner, and it's less porous, which means you get a better quality. With this, I'm doing it on the thick basic white because when you use the blends on thick basic white, they bleed. So if you're watching this, you'll see that the alcohol is spreading really well, but you'll actually see that it's spreading outside of where it should be. If I brought this up to you now, you'd notice I coloured with inside the lines, but it started to spread outside the lines. And that was exactly the effect that I wanted to go for. And the more alcohol I put onto this, the more you'll see it start to bleed. I wanted it to look misty. I wanted it to look daydreamy. So I thought, let's give it a shot. And it worked perfectly. I was so proud of this card. I loved it. So the colours I've used were light and dark Highland Heather. I used the dark to do the shading, light to come over the top, but I left a few gaps. And then I came over with the SU 800, which has got like a yellowy tinge to it, and went over both the Highland Heather section and the white section to merge it into each other. I'm finishing with the rest of the skin tone blend. So this is the SU 1000 that I'm doing her arms with. The other one was the SU 300, which I did her hair with. And I'm just colouring these in. I'm not blending majorly with those because, as I said, I was just so proud with how her dress looked. I thought it looked absolutely lovely. This is light balmy blue, and I'm just giving this a background colour. I'm lying. I've totally just lied to you. It's light pool party. I don't even know why I said balmy blue. It's not balmy blue. It's light pool party. And I've just coloured a background in there. And because it is going to be porous, that just spreads across the paper really well as well. And then I'm just using light and dark crumb cake here to do her shelf. Sort of a banister really that she's leaning on. And that's pretty much my colouring done. I'm just going to colour in the glass with Dark Daffodil Delight. And hey presto. Now you can see, because I've used the thick basic white, it's actually bled through, it's gone onto the paper. So make sure you keep your paper protected if you're blending using the thick basic white. And I'm just cutting this down now. So I've cut it down to a square. I actually cut to where I had coloured rather than having this pre-done, and it worked out at 7 centimetres by 7 centimetres. But you can cut it to any shape you want. And then I went through grabbing some coordinating cardstock. At the time of grabbing the coordinating cardstock, I hadn't really got a clue what I was doing with it. But I expanded with what I was going, and in the end I didn't use the old olive. So I got Highland Heather and Pool Party instead. And I'm cutting this at 7.5 centimetres by 7.5 centimetres, so that if I put my picture on there, it would have a frame around it. But I'm not putting it on straight. I'm actually going to be putting it diagonally, just to sort of create this sort of starburst type effect like that. Okay, I quite liked it like it. It still looked like a cool frame, but it just gave us a pop of both colours because I couldn't really decide which colour I wanted the most. So I'm sticking it down using Stampin' Seal. And that is pretty much it. I mean, you could, if you had or wanted to do a small sort of 9 centimetre by 9 centimetre card and have it as a little square note card, this would have looked amazing on it. I didn't do that. I'd actually added it to a full size card. So I've got my card base, and I've also got my matte layer that goes on top of the card base. So the matte layer is 10.5 centimetres by 14.8 centimetres, and I'm going to add my picture onto there. I've also got a few different ribbons which I was looking at, but I've decided to go with this pool party ribbon. Really nice, and it matches the paper on the back. So I'm just going to pop myself a little bit of adhesive down, stick the ribbon over it, turn the cardstock over and stick the ribbon down. So it creates a flat sort of run across it. And then I'm going to do myself a faux bow on the end. You know, when I first started card making, I used to make all my bows, and they used to take ages because I was undoing them, putting them back, undoing them, putting them back. Couldn't get happy with them. The faux bow just saves me so much time. I know it's incorrect, I know it's cheating, but it just saves me time. So I'm adhering this flat using the seal, and I'm just popping this sort of above the bow. And I've done it so the picture is straight, but both of the cardstocks are wonky, and I just really like the effect it created. So here we are, a quick faux bow. I'm making it quite small with little tops, shaping it round, and then I'm just going to cut this off and shape it at the bottom. That's going to stick just underneath my picture, off to the side, and tick, done. Quite like it. To finish this off, I'm going to be playing with the sentiments. So the sentiments I'm looking at here, there's quite a few of them, but the one I really, really like is the relax sentiment. I definitely need to do more of this. So sometimes the most productive thing we can do is relax. Sometimes I need to have this stamp set in front of me when I'm actually doing the voiceover so I can read what it says. My eyes are so dodgy when looking at a little screen trying to do the voiceover. And then I'm going to stick this onto the card base. So I already have my thick basic white cut and scored. So I'm just going to burnish it, and then I'm going to stick this down on there. And that is pretty much the card finished. I'm going to pop a couple of embellishments on, but what do you think? The blending on the thick basic white, while it's not accurate and it's not going to enhance every look, I thought it really, really suited this card. So this is our rhinestones. Love these. They're the iridescent ones from the catalogue, and they are carrying over as well. And that's the finished card. What do you think? Isn't it lovely? It's the In the Moment stamp set. And here's the finished project. Thank you for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Everything I've used today is available from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop me a like or leave me a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and come back for more content. I also have an Instagram page that I'm trying to grow at the same time. It's at SlimmandStylish, and every like or follow helps. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.